to another episode of Nonstop Nikhil. So we're back in Susa. What we're going to be doing today is going back to our favorite place, the Louage station, to get some use of the Tunisian public transport system. We'll be making a pit stop in the city of Algem, which is anchored by this ancient Roman amphitheater. And then we'll head back on our way on our Louage to Sfax. So watch me as I try to maneuver the Tunisian public transport system with all my bags. We're going to start off leaving Susa and heading to the station. I'm just going to grab a normal private taxi. You can also do the shared taxis, but it's really not worth the 1 dinar that I'm going to save, which is just saving about 30 cents. It will not break my budget to just grab a private taxi and get straight to the Louage station. Assalamu alaikum, محطة اللواج. So right now we're in the Louage station. It's a bunch of white minivans with red bands around us. That's how we know we're in the right place. First thing you have to do is go find a ticket counter, get your ticket, and then find the area with all the vans going to your destination. So I finally found the one that has my destination الجم written on it. So I've got to go to that particular counter, pay my money, get my ticket, and then go find the area of the garage behind me where buses travel to that particular city. The ticket counter attendant was going to give you a ticket. It consists of two parts. The top part is the part that you keep. It has the fare on it. And the second part, your driver's going to grab it when you approach the garage. Successfully got into my Louage for today. I'm also lucky because I got the front seat. Should be a good ride. If you're trying to explore the country cheaply, and if you have the time and you're flexible with your travels, there is no better option than the Louage. Hello everyone, welcome to Algem. Just took about an hour to get here. And on the Louage I met a guy who's from Algem but lives in the UK, so we talked a bit. He's here visiting his family. So right now I think it's only a couple of minutes walk right on the straight road from the Louage station to the center of the city. The city is basically anchored by the amphitheater. The amphitheater sits right in the center of the city. All roads kind of lead to it. You can't miss it. So I'm just gonna walk there, gonna get something to eat. Found a restaurant that looks kind of nice overlooking the amphitheater. We'll get some lunch and then check out the amphitheater. Hopefully they'll let me leave my bags at the restaurant. And then we'll grab a Louage to Sfax. As you can see, the scale of this Roman-sized amphitheater is really overwhelming the small modern city. It's hard but to remain in shock at the scale differences between the ancient construction and today's modern gym. Just entered the amphitheater here in Algem. I was able to leave my backpack at the restaurant, so that's super convenient. And actually, while I was getting lunch, I saw Andy walking by, and too bad I couldn't just get up and go find him. I realized there was no point of messaging him since he doesn't have a SIM card here anyway. The amphitheater here in Algem could hold an audience of up to 35,000 people. If you compare that with the Colosseum in Rome, that held just over 40,000 people. So it's one of the largest monuments of its kind in North Africa, but not the largest in the world. A range of different events would take place on the arena here. As you would expect, there might be gladiator fights, there could be hunting, there would be fighting with animals, but also be human executions. Who would you be executing? You'd be executing Christians. Additionally, the seating here would be reflective of the social structure in the Roman society. There are 5 tiers of seating in the amphitheater, with the widest and largest space being at the top for those of the lowest class. It's amazing to think about how old this structure is. It was built in the early 200s, which means that this amphitheater is just under 1800 years old. The overall structure of this monument is more complex than just the arena and the seating structure. It actually consists of a set of stairs and corridors and tunnels under the arena so that spectators could seat themselves and exit the stadium without overcrowding. Although Algem is today a fairly small town, the amphitheater stood on the site of the Roman city of Thesdrus, which is one of the main cities of the Roman Africa province.
Sort of when Rome was really active in this region, which is known as the Severan era, and he had erected some other really important monuments in Carthage, or over the remains of Carthage. I'm going to assume this dates to a similar period, although They have not prepared any informational booklets for visitors.
I just looked at the 2 boards downstairs and then the Wikipedia page, and that's the information I was giving them. I'm like, don't really quote me on that. Yeah, so I just ran into Andy. I telling you that I think I saw him outside, but good that we ran into each other in here. Wait, so have you been in Gem, or are you going to Sfax, or like what?
Yeah, I'm only here to see the amphitheater on the way to Sfax.
Yeah, that's the same thing I was doing, so maybe we'll follow each other to Sfax today. There's a great view overlooking the amphitheater, and we were just talking about how this is over just under 1,800 years old, and we have nothing like it back in the US. We were just likening having this casually sitting in the center of a small town in your country here in Gem, versus people flock in the US to Philadelphia to see a little crack in the Liberty Bell.
Yeah.
It's just, there's no comparison at all.
Yeah. Or like Cornell University, like the first buildings built on Cornell University are some of the oldest in the country.
Yeah, it's amazing. There's no comparison. So we're now underneath the arena, and you can see that it's divided into different dwellings, which could be cells for prisoners or places to keep the animals that are waiting to be brought up to the arena. It's really interesting because when you're up on the arena, you see almost a little drain, and that drain is the ceiling of the dwelling down here. So on a positive side, that's either to bring in direct sunlight, or that could be used as a drain for blood to splatter down on whoever's staying down here. Now that we know exactly how this place was used during the Roman period, it's not that it just stopped functioning in the rest of time. Up until the 19th century, this was actually used as a place for dwellings, storing grain, as well as for shops. Bidding farewell to the amphitheater of Gem. Behind us, heading back to the Louage station, our favorite places in Tunisia. Great public transport system, and then going to catch our next Louage to Sfax, another seaside town just south of here. It looks like Andy and I will be staying at the same hotel, all by coincidence, because we seem to have the same sense of taste in where to stay and where to go and when to be there. That's what we're going to do for the rest of the day, and let's grab our Louage. So we went to the Louage station in the Gym, and I guess we don't get to take our favorite Louage anymore, so we were told to go to the train station where we could catch a train to Sfax. This is what we're doing, heading down to the gare, the train station. Let's see how that goes. So when compared with other similarly stable countries in the Middle East, I'm thinking about Jordan and Morocco, Tunisia is a pretty cheap and affordable alternative. I love that I can stay within my budget here in Tunisia, because later on there might be other countries that are a bit more expensive to travel in. And with that, I really hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you were stunned like I was with the amphitheater in the Gem. And I'll see you tomorrow when we check out the city of Sfax.